نحمده ونصلي على رسوله الكريم أما بعد اللهم صل على سيدنا مولانا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا مولانا محمد وبارك وسلم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته.
We thank Almighty Allah for the gift of life, for the opportunity for us to see and meet each other again on this very, very special day, inshallah. Right? Our topic today is a very pertinent one. We're going to talk about an issue that I think is very, very relevant. So, distinguished ulama, respected elders, our community leaders, brothers and sisters, it is a privilege to reflect with you on a question that is both timely and deeply personal as well. The question is, can Muslims in this environment that we are living in spearhead unity, dignity, and prosperity in our diverse and highly polarized country, South Africa? My answer is yes, but it must be a very humble yes. A yes spoken with almost trembling responsibility, not with arrogance. Not a yes that says Muslims are better than others. Not a yes that says we alone carry the answers. Rather, a yes that says we are ready to serve, we are ready to partner, we are ready to sacrifice. We are ready to bring mercy where there is pain, honesty where there is corruption, hope where there is despair, and the best of our faith into the wounded life of our country. Respected elders, leadership is not about standing above people. It is about standing with them when the burden is heavy. South Africans' pain and possibility. We must remember, respected brothers and sisters, South Africa is a remarkable country. We are a nation of many languages, many cultures, many histories, many faiths, and many wounds. We carry memories of injustice, but also memories of courage. We carry scars from the past, but also dreams that refuse to die. We have come through apartheid, through fear, through uncertainty, through moments when many thought this nation would break. And still we remain here, praying, arguing also, hoping, rebuilding, and refusing to give up on one another. But we must be honest, our country is hurting. There are young people who wake up every morning and feel that the future has locked them out. There are mothers and fathers who go to sleep wondering how they will feed their children in the morning. There are families living behind burglar bars, not because they do not love their neighbors, but because fear has entered the home. There are communities tired of promises, tired of corruption, tired of being forgotten, and there are wounds between us, racial wounds, class wounds, political wounds, even spiritual wounds. Wounds that cannot be healed if we keep pretending that they are not there. And so when we speak about unity, dignity, and prosperity, we are not speaking about slogans for a banner or words for a program. We are speaking about whether a child in Mitchell's Plain, Mamelodi, Phoenix, Soweto, Kimberley, Durban, Polokwane, anywhere in the country can grow up believing that this country sees me, this country needs me, and this country is a place for me. Unity means that no child must feel like a stranger in the land of their birth. Dignity means that the poor must not be treated as invisible. Prosperity means opportunity must not be a locked door for the many and an open gate for few. Our constitution in South Africa says that it belongs to all that live in it, united in our diversity. It calls us to heal the divisions of the past, to improve the quality of life of all citizens, and free the potential of each person. These are powerful words, respected brothers and sisters. But powerful words on their own must become practical commitments. A constitution can guide us, but it is the people that must give it life. This is where Muslims can make a meaningful contribution. We are a minority in South Africa, but moral influence is not measured only by numbers. It is measured by sincerity, consistency, organization, and service. A small community can have a large impact if it is principled, generous, and courageous. What does it mean when we say to spearhead? Respected elders, brothers, and sisters, to spearhead then does not mean to dominate. It means to take responsibility when the responsibility is heavy. It means to step forward when others are tired. It means to build bridges where anger has built walls. It means to bring light into places where people have become used to darkness. In Islam, leadership is an amana, a sacred trust. It is not a trophy. It is not a title. It is a burden carried with humility before Allah and with tenderness towards people. I would like to suggest three foundations that Muslims can bring to the South African project: unity, dignity, and prosperity. Respected elders, brothers, and sisters, first let's talk about the issue of unity. Islam teaches us that human diversity is not a mistake. We were created as nations and tribes so that we may know one another, not despise one another, not fear one another, not erase one another. This is a message South Africa desperately needs to hear. Because if we are honest, some of us still carry suspicion in our hearts. Some of us still inherit prejudice without questioning. Some of us still are more comfortable with division than with difficult friendship. Muslims must reject racism wherever it appears, even when it appears in our homes, in our jokes, in our conversations, our business networks, and our community habits. We cannot ask the country to unite if our hearts remain divided. The second aspect we want to talk about, the respected elders, brothers, and sisters, is the issue of dignity. The Quranic understanding of the human being is that every person carries honor. Alhamdulillah. Every person. The cleaner, the scholar, the gardener, the business owner, the migrant, the orphan, the widow, the elderly parent, the unemployed graduate, the child with a disability, the domestic worker, the person standing at a traffic light asking for help. A society that humiliates the vulnerable is not a dignified society. Muslims must be known as people who protect honor in how we speak, how we trade, how we employ, how we serve, and how we discipline. Third, respected elders, ladies and brothers and sisters, is the issue of prosperity. Prosperity is not just about greed. It is not worshipping of wealth. In Islam, prosperity is linked to barakah, lawful earning, honest trade, productive work, generosity, justice, and responsibility. A prosperous South Africa cannot be built on islands of comfort surrounded by oceans of despair. It cannot. It cannot. We cannot be at peace if our plates are full while our neighbors' children go hungry. Prosperity must mean jobs, it must mean skills, education, safety, food security, ethical entrepreneurship, and real opportunity for the next generation. But values only matter when they become action. So let me offer 5 practical commitments. And respected elders, brothers and sisters, we must at this point also pause to think about the state of our ummah, not just globally, but also in South Africa. We are a nation, we are a religion that is under siege. Every time you open the social media, you will see we are being attacked constantly, constantly. You just have to go to any of the social media platforms, you will see how the onslaught has started. It is alleged that a woman was executed yesterday in Iran. And of course, the non-Muslims are going to town with this, showing how barbaric is this religion. That in this day and age, in the 21st century, they are still executing a woman who was allegedly innocent in this charge of rape. That's why we must reject Sharia law. What is it that we are actually talking? The very people who talk about rejection of Sharia law have absolutely no understanding of what Sharia law is. Yes, we will be under siege because, as you know, Islam forbids theft, Islam forbids corruption, Islam forbids liquor consumption, Islam forbids riba, interest, which the Jews have built their entire wealth and status upon. Islam forbids pornography. Islam forbids gambling. Islam forbids all these things. So, of course, they will not like Islam. And anything that is Islamic will be seen to be backward and barbaric. We have to rise as a nation, not just to go and try and fight them. You'll never win that battle. Because out of every one Muslim who tries to challenge, there are 99 people holding another view. As Muslims, we have to be judged by our actions. And start small. Start small. Start at home. Start with our domestic helpers. Just start there. Start small, but start now. The first commitment of the 5 practical commitments, brothers and sisters, is that of ethical citizenship. We cannot complain about corruption if we tolerate dishonesty in our own dealings. We all want to talk about, I just paid the traffic of 50 bucks and let me go. So then you are not part of the solution, you're part of the problem. Then you say corruption. But the corruption, it takes 2 to tango. You need to have a giver and you need to have a receiver. Both of you are at fault. We need to at some point say, no, in my religion, I'm not allowed. You can write the tickets. Yeah? We cannot demand clean government while accepting dirty business. Just go to the Madlanga Commission. Go and see. And you can't tell yourself, I got nothing to do with Madlanga. I'm not from here. You're living here. You are part of us. You are one of us. What happens there affects all of us. And see the number of Muslim people that are implicated. See the number of people who are saying nasty things about Muslims. There was a comment that was made that hurt so badly. One of the racist, white supremacists, made a comment saying, typical of the breed, referring to a Muslim allegation that was made. Typical of the breed. How do you even begin to respond to it? Where do you even start? And this it's very rich coming from a fellow who enjoyed apartheid and is still enjoying the fruits of apartheid. Because what has changed in 30 years? What has changed? Go stand at any toll gate on a long weekend and see who are the people driving all the double cabs, towing caravans, with quad bikes and enjoying their lives. After the advent of apartheid and the advent of democracy, has anything changed for them? Nothing has changed for them. They still are the privileged lot in this country. I always say, if you look at the map of Africa, all the colonialists, they left South Africa. They left Africa, all of them. The Portuguese left from Mozambique. They left from Angola. The French left from all the countries north of the equator. The Germans left from Southwest Africa, Namibia. The English left all their colonies. The only country in Africa where the colonialists never left is the one here where we are, in South Africa. We walk amongst them. They work with us. They talk with us. They stab us in the back. And it's a constant battle of words. And now that we have the most right-wing, most aggressive, conservative white supremacists as the leader of the world, Donald Trump, all the races have come out of the rocks now. They've been hiding behind the rocks. They've emerged now. They've all been emboldened. Don't talk about Israel. Don't even talk about India, what's happening in India. Even there, they are anti-Muslim. And Muslims, the 2 billion of us, We lack direction. We lack unity. I always say we don't have like a pope kind of a character in Islam. We don't. There's nobody to guide us all. There are those who are pro-Iran, those who are against Iran. I know the debate, and I'm not going to raise it here, except to say me, I'll stand with anybody who's against the Americans because they are the big bullies. They are the big bullies. They spread and talk about hegemony. They spread and talk about democracy. They want to lecture the world about rights, human rights, etc. But go and see how many Muslims they have killed in the last 5 decades under different presidents. The Muslims are always the soft target. And when a Muslim stands up, he's considered to be a resistant. When he resists, he's considered to be a terrorist. So somewhere along the line, we are not meeting the understanding. Muslims must be at the forefront of honesty, transparency, professional excellence, responsible voting as well, lawful conduct, and respect for public institutions. There was a time, there are elders here, respectful elders will tell you, there was a time back in the day where the very white supremacists would give any Muslims credit without putting it in writing. By virtue of you being a Muslim, we trust this man. Now, by you just saying your name, Ismail Ibrahim, oh, they're going to ask for fingerprints and even blood samples. Our credibility begins when no camera is watching. In the invoice, the contract, the promise, the vote, the queue, the workplace, and the home. Not so long ago, I shouldn't actually say this. We were at the airport a few years back, and one of the moves, I was with my late granny-in-law. She was in a wheelchair. So we were boarding the flight, and because we were pushing her, you got preferential treatment because they allow you to go in through a different access. You don't have to follow the queue. And one of the muftis who saw me, he said, "Can I just walk with you? Because tell them I'm with you. I'm with you, so I don't have to say." He's a whole mufti. Sorry, Mufti Sahib, it's not you, definitely not you. A whole Mufti Sahib, and I'm looking at it, says, just tell him I'm with you. Everywhere we want a shortcut. Everywhere we want a connection. Whether in home affairs, whether it's I got a guide, I got a plan, I got a guide. That is how we do. Then when something goes wrong, no, but the country is very dishonest. The country is corrupt. Who's made them corrupt? We must ask those questions. The second commitment is partnership. South Africa does not need communities that only speak to themselves. We need mosques, churches, temples, synagogues, traditional leaders. We need schools, civic groups, and local businesses working together on a common plan. Hunger, addiction, school failure, crime, family breakdown, youth unemployment, and community fear. Imagine if every house of worship, a masjid, became a doorway of mercy for the street around it. Imagine if every community said, your suffering is not only your problem, it is our responsibility too. Unity is not built by speeches alone. It is built by shared work, shared tears, and shared hope. Alhamdulillah, we come to the end of our leadership program with the team that has been running and putting up with me for the last 10 Fridays. And the session we're going to end up with is exactly speaking about this. How to reach out to the communities, because each and every one of you seated here, alhamdulillah, is a leader. The third commitment is youth development. Youth development, the young people seated here. Charity is essential, but development is transformational. It brings about change in a lasting manner, inshallah. We must not only give a young person a parcel for today, we must help open a pathway for tomorrow. Muslim professionals, business owners, and institutions can support apprenticeships, bursaries, artisan training, coding academies, small business incubators, mentorship networks, and ethical finance initiatives. Every mosque should be able to ask with honesty, how many young people did we help become employable this year? How many did we guide away from despair? How many people did we believe that did we help believe that their life has a purpose. The fourth commitment is dignified public discourse. Polarization thrives on insult, suspicion, and outrage. And I think as a nation, we are probably now more polarized than we have ever been in the history of this country. We hate each other. The different races, we hate each other. We merely tolerate each other in the workplace environment. But rest assured, just go on the road and see this, the levels and the numbers, the rates of road rage. Because go to the public, your social media, and see just how many incidences of people openly insulting one another. They don't even hide it anymore. The fourth commitment is dignified public discourse. Polarization thrives on what I said, insults, suspicion, and outrage. Muslims should be recognized as people of adab, inshallah. Principled conduct and refined speech. Don't bring yourself down to the level of the person who's attacking you. The moment you raise your voice, the moment you start using obscenities, you are on the same level. Halas, finish. There's nothing more to add. We have people who are declaring each other kafir. You are a kafir, they tell you. I'm speechless. I'm speechless. Muslim people, and we're talking about the clerics, these are people, we, ordinary jahiliyas, who don't know, have to look up for guidance, are calling each other, ulama, you are this, you are that, you are that. Where does that leave us? We're looking for guidance. And everyone today is a keyboard warrior. Everyone is a mufti. Everyone is going to respond. He read one masla, he heard one masla, sometime back in his madrasa 20 years ago, he brings it into the argument. Whether it's right or not, adding to the chaos, confusing the masses. We cannot disagree without dehumanizing. We can debate without lying. We can criticize injustice without humiliating people. In families, communities, media platforms, and political spaces, we must restore the discipline of respectful truth-telling. The fifth commitment is local service. The national crisis is often experienced locally. A broken school, an unsafe street, a hungry neighbor, a drug-affected household, a clinic queue, a neglected park. Sometimes the work of healing a country begins with one street, one classroom, one family, one child. Every Friday, it used to give me the greatest of pleasure, Mufti Sahib, to come here. I used to always tell my team, I love coming here on a Friday. I'm going to miss this. When you just drive in, those slogans, how many of you read those slogans? Read it, it will constantly reassure you what is the importance, what is the purpose of life now. Dangers to avoid, of course, as Muslims, if Muslims are to help spearhead national renewal, we must also be honest about our own dangers. The first danger is that of isolation, believing we can survive behind community walls while the country around us suffers. The second is arrogance, speaking as if we alone possess solutions and others have nothing to teach us. The third is inconsistency, preaching justice nationally while ignoring unfairness, racism, sexism, exploitation, or elitism within our own circles. The action points I want to leave you with, respected elders, brothers, and sisters, we need to build one partnership. Connect your mosque, your organization, your business, or your family network with a school, a civic group, or interfaith initiative beyond your immediate community. There is so much examples of it just here at this institution, at this masjid, at this madrasa. Mentor one young person. Help at least one young person to access study, skills, employment, entrepreneurship, or even moral guidance. I often say we must start at home. We've got to help her. We only know her by her first name. Do we know where she lives? Have you been to her house? Do you know what is her family setup? Imagine if all of us who could, alhamdulillah, just sponsor one child from her family. Take them through school. Whatever you buy for your child, buy for the child. Put them through school, get them uniforms, put them whatever. Alhamdulillah. Choose one ethical standard. Imagine if that helper decides to embrace Islam based purely on what she sees coming from us. Practice honesty when no one is watching in business, voting, contracts, taxes, employment, and community leadership. Support one dignity project. commit time, money, or skills to a sustained program addressing hunger, elder care, disability inclusion, refugee support, safety, or even family well-being. Start one courageous conversation. Speak respectfully with someone across race, class, faith, language, or political difference, with the aim of understanding and healing. So can Muslims spearhead unity, dignity, and prosperity in South Africa? I say yes. If we begin with ourselves. I say yes if our mosques become not only places of prayer, but centers of compassion, courage, and competence. I say yes if our businesses become engines of opportunity and fairness, not selling expired goods, not selling goods that are fake, not selling underweight goods, not robbing, not cheating. Yes, if our families raise children who love Allah deeply and serve humanity generously. Yes, if our leaders choose principle over popularity. Yes, if we work with others, not above them. Yes, if we are brave enough to become the answer to some of the prayers being made in the world today. Jazakallah so much. May Allah bless you. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.